recap of UFC London. Murphy versus Evloyev. Way back with another recap of an early card in London. The first of both those things this year. That was not the greatest, but I guess not the worst. It was what it was. It was a card that had some good on it, but it definitely had some bad on it. Mixed all together gives us this card, which is, again, not as good as Mexico, last week's card, but it's definitely much better than 326 or a card like that. But yeah, it was not great. Not great for the first early card of the year to London, or for the first time in over a year. For another card, kind of like the Brady Edwards card, just kind of be, yeah, not great, far from it, but yeah, we'll recap it, and we'll see how much I recap, because a lot of it just really does not need said recapping, but we'll see about that. And yeah, not really too much to say there. Not the greatest card, but some good in there, plenty of bad, and let's talk about it. So that being said, what to be said before we get into all of this is, of course, the normal YouTube bullshit of please like, comment, and subscribe. 200 subs go by the end of 2026. As always, whoever it is, I don't believe I am, and I could think about it. I don't know what I could be forgetting. Talk about the card vividly, vaguely, is a term, and into bullshit. So let's recap some fights. Do I want to do this? No. So we'll see how this goes, and yeah, not really too much to say there. 13 fights, a few of them good. UFC London, 8th card of the year, and we're about where we've been all year. Not great, so let's recap, shall we? You ready? I know I am. 13 fights, UFC London. Let's go. Well, obviously I said 13, not 14, because we did lose Melissa Mullins and Luana Carolina on weigh-in day, because Carolina weighed 144 for bantamweight. Good job, bitch. And that should be Luana Carolina's UFC career over, hopefully. For Mullins, feel bad for her. She was very upset at the weigh-ins, and hopefully she has the first fucking spot taken on the next London card, because she got completely fucked over here. So I really feel bad for her, and yeah, fuck Carolina, lazy bitch. As now our first fight of the night is still a female fight, but it's 20 pounds lighter and much worse fighters. As we have our first fight of the night to open the card of not very meaningless can crushing. We had Chanel Dyer versus Ravena Oliveira. Yeah, shocker, Chanel won this fight pretty fucking easily for round 1. Really nothing happened. If I remember correctly, Dyer did enough to win the round, but neither really did anything. I'd be lying if I said I remember round 1 of this fight at all. So I do remember round 2 though. We go quickly into round 2. Dyer throws a head kick that glances. Oliveira hurts her. Then she swarms her, eventually getting her down. Some ground and pound, and that would be that. Chanel Dyer gets the TKO early in round 2, and yeah, she gets the win. Not impressed at all. No idea why she got a bonus for this, and at least she got a finish, better than I expected, but still was nothing great. I'm not impressed by any means, and it was pretty pointless. Exactly what I thought it would be. A can crushing at its finest. This one does not really do anything for Dyer, and gets Ravenna gone, so again, at least it was a finish. I'll give him that. That's again better than I thought it would be. But yeah, I don't know what else to really say here. So yeah, talk about the fighters. I'm not gonna waste time clicking on Dyer. She can crushed. Once you fight someone good, she'll lose. But good finish here, and could have been worse. For the Ravenna Oliveira, falling to 0-3 in UFC. She really did not miss weight. She was 116.5, which is not a fucking weight miss. So ignore that. But either way, she is getting cut here for sure. I don't know how you can make any case to keep her at this point. In 3 fights, she has looked fucking terrible. And yeah, time is time. So cut her. She's awful. And somehow with Vinicius Oliveira on the roster, you still take the cake for being the worst Oliveira. That's impressive. So good riddance. That being said, not really too much else to be said there. No, I'm not giving Dyer a fight idea. I don't give a fuck who she's like next. I think she's terrible anyway. Again, for Ravenna, get the fuck out of here, you suck. And, yeah, not really too much else to say there. At least it was a finish, more than I expected from this fight. Still think these two are pretty fucking terrible. And, finally begin the night though. I'll give him that. Finally begin the card. Fine finish for Dyer, even if she is still terrible. And at least she got Ravenna off the roster, so I'll give her that much. Aside of that, nothing really good to say about this one. And at least it was a decent finish. I'll give you that. Aside of that, I don't give a fuck. After that, we go to our second fight of the night, as being the male side of the card, with the fight that was not terrible. This fight was nothing special, but it was not terrible by any means, I would say. As we had our second fight of the night, a fight I predicted to a T, to be honest. We had a lightweight and a fight between 2 guys needing their first UFC win, and one got it, one cried about it. We had Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi versus Shem Rock. Like I predicted, for 3 rounds, Al-Sawadi would easily be the better boxer and win this fight. He did exactly that. And, yeah, clear 30-27 for Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi. Never really a close fight. Shem had a few moments throughout the fight where he landed like a nice kick or so. But outside of that, pretty much nothing. He pretty much spent the rest of the fight taunting or being an asshole. And, he lost, as he deserved. He sucks, so pretty basic, not really anything too complicated there, and yeah, pretty easy one for Al-Sawadi, and still have no idea why he was the underdog on odds or Tapology. I had known as we seen him fight, because he hasn't fought in 2 goddamn years, but he was the better fighter entering this fight, and he definitely the better fighter leaving the fight. Dude's decent, and easily got to win here. As I told y'all he would, he did, so not really too much to say there. To talk about the fighters, beginning with the winner here, Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi, moving to 1-1 in UFC now, getting his first UFC win, and his first win since August of 23. Let's see if he can pivot this into being more active. He looked pretty decent here. He has some decent striking. Like, the dude is a pretty solid boxer. It's just, can he be a little more active as a fighter and not take 2 years away? So, the dude clearly has a little bit of some decent boxing ability. Grappling looks fine. Cardio looks good. So, dude has some skill. He's not terrible, but yeah, he just needs to be more active. So, knock on wood that he can do that. He's gonna be 31 soon, so we still got time. But he just needs to be more active. You can't really make any noise in UFC with the schedule that he's had so far. So, see if we can get Sly to fight 2 times in a year for the first time since 2023. And yeah, he looked good. He looked probably the best here that he's ever looked, in my opinion. Again, he was striking with crisp and did really good here. So, good win for him. Good comeback win for him. And yeah, like, if he can just stay active, he'll be pretty decent. And then for the loser here, the annoying little Shem Rock, falling to 0-2 now in the UFC, and now over 2 fights he's won 0 rounds. He's 0-6 in the UFC rounds wise, and yeah, he's fucking terrible. I don't know another way I can put it. I've seen him fight for now 6 rounds, and the only thing I can say positive about him is he has some decent kicks. Outside of that, I don't know what he does well. He's a shitty striker. His cardio looks awful. He can't really grapple too well. But his kicks are pretty decent, I'll give him that. So you're as good as Sean O'Bannon. Because that's the only thing she knows how to do either. So I think her striking is probably better. So yeah, he's pretty terrible. And acting the way he did in the fight, complaining after the fight, complaining, fucking tests and kind of smacking Sawadi after his fight, which Sawadi swung on him as he should. Yeah, Shem is not good. Not good at all. And he's a fucking child. So if they cut him, I don't think anyone would complain or not understand it, but I'll probably give him one more fight to lose because he's Patty's boy and he fucking sucks. So, like, I don't think there's a lightweight this guy can beat. He's truly terrible. And yeah, I don't know what to really say here. So 0-2 now, 0-6 overall in the 6 rounds he's fought. He's fucking terrible. And yeah, either he's gonna get cut, how he acted here, or he'll get beat one more time. Not really so much else to say here, outside of having somewhat decent kicks. I have no idea what this dude's good at. Oh yeah, nothing. And with that being said, the only thing left to be said now is, who should they fight next for first time tonight? I'm not 100% sure I have a for also. I definitely looked and didn't see anything. I saw ideas, but I didn't see anything. It was like, oh, you gotta do that idea. Like, you could have him fight Jane Malarkey, would be a bit intriguing. Charlie Campbell, maybe. I don't mind him and Ismail Bonfim. I do think that'd be kind of a bit interesting, him and Bonfim, the shitty one, obviously. But yeah, I would say if I had to give an idea, I don't mind seeing him and Ismail on a losing streak right now, needing a win. Sawadi getting a win here. I wouldn't be against it. So I kind of like that idea. Will they do it? Who knows? But I kind of like it. So we'll see though. I would easily take out Sawadi in that fight. But we'll see if they do it. So Sawadi versus Bonfim? Why not? Actually, Bilal's fighting Gabriel. What are Bilal and Bonfim got, or Bilal and Sawadi got in common? Actually, that's genius. Do that. And, yeah, not really too much else to say there. Decent fight, nothing, especially compared to other fights on this card. Nothing really bad to say about this one. Thought he looked good, got to win. Shamrock's fucking terrible. If they cut him, no one would complain. If they give him another fight, I'll easily pick against him again and get it perfect. And, yeah, he's fucking terrible. Pretty simple. And then for the winner, Al-Sawadi, hopefully he can stay active. And, if he does, who would I like to see him play next? Hopefully within the coming months. Let's see him against Ismail Bonfim. Makes sense in my opinion. I think he would win that fight. Do it. I see no reason not to. So, not really much else to say there. One of the least offensive fights on the card. And, yeah, pretty basic. So, not really too much else to say there. Fine fight, good one for Al-Sawadi, and Shamrock's a little bitch. No idea why Sawadi was the underdog. Told y'all he didn't win, and found that, so see if he can stay active and maybe fight for the first time twice in a year, in 3 years. After the first L of the night, how did they bounce back? Well, another L that might even be worse, as we have in our third fight of the night in the heavyweight division, a fight that was quick and not good for the hometown fighter, as we had in our third fight of the night in the heavyweight division. Yeah, somehow this was the much better heavyweight fight. And actually the last good fight on this card till the end of the prelims, so oh boy. And we had in the third fight of the night at heavyweight, Brando Persisic versus Louis Sutherland. Yeah, this was about what I expected. Sutherland spam takedowns early, about 3 or 4 he tried to get in the span of a minute. He got 2 and failed at the rest. Then he was gassed, got hit a few times, pretty much just went in the Anthony Smith position, turtled up and quit, and Brando got the first round knockout. Pretty basic, unless I'm forgetting something. Yeah, Sutherland just wanted to grapple. He gassed himself out and instantly quit after taking a few shots, so not really much to say there. I honestly might say Elijah Ellison put up more of a fight against Brando, and yeah, not really much to say there, so simple. Let's talk about the winner here. And that winner being Brando Persisic, the Aussie, 6-1 now, 2-0 in the UFC, fighting for what, 3-ish minutes, 3.5 minutes now. Dude looks good. Dude looks pretty good. He looks like he will actually be a decent prospect. Grappling looked okay. Striking's good, as we know. Power's good. Dude, we don't know how he does late into a fight. We haven't needed to see it. We haven't needed to see that yet. Seems pretty decent. Yeah. Well, what is there to really say? Took no damage here. He can easily get back in camp and hopefully get on the purse card, which is at the end of April or beginning of May, whatever the fuck that is. Prates card. And yeah, dude actually looks like a legit prospect here. So he's out of the 4 heavyweights on this card. He's easily the one leaving with the best look after this card. I'll talk about the other one later. Going for Brando. If you want to just call what he's doing can crushing, you might be right. Until proven, dude looks like a decent prospect. He's the first CKB member to ever stop a takedown. And, yeah, it looks good here. What more can you say? A flawless victory is a flawless victory, and he might be a prospect. Who knows? Yeah, take what you can get out of heavyweight. Come on now. As for the loser here, Louis Sutherland falling to 0-2 UFC now. Yeah, my theory was right that he is just another heavyweight. Not very good. Gasses easily. Does not like getting hit. He's pretty ass. Pretty simple. Yeah, they'll give him someone super shitty next and he'll probably get a win. But, yeah, he's nothing special. He's just another body as a heavyweight roster. Again, they'll probably give him a can to beat up next time. Who knows, he might actually lose. But, yeah, he's nothing that great. Just another body in the division full of shitty ones. And, yeah, not much to say there. This heavyweight, most of them suck. So it's not even an insult to say you're a shitty heavyweight at this point. With that being said, the only thing left to be said is, who should they fight next? For Bruno, if he does want to get on that card in Perth, of course there's a few options. Or just whenever he fights again in general, there's a few options. It's not many, because it's heavyweight and there's like 6 people in the goddamn division. But, if I had to pick out a name, I like the idea of him fighting Ryan Spann. I think that would make a lot of sense. Spann coming off a win. Brando could use a decent name on his record. Why not? I see no reason not to. Spann could, I would imagine, probably make the Perth date. And, yeah, do it. Why not? If that or Kendi and Zechiku, which I think that would work as well, but we'll see if they do that. Aside of that, not maybe Buchecha, but I forget that clown, so I'd say Ryan Spann makes the most sense, so hopefully they get that booked for Perth, and yeah, Brando would be adding another body to his resume there, because yeah, Ryan Spann sucks, so see it, pretty basic. And with that being said, not really too much else needing to be said there. Quick fight, good finish, good win for Brando, still looks like a prospect, pretty basic. Again for Sutherland, I'll either give him a can that he'll beat or lose to next time. We'll talk about that when we get to that bridge. But, yeah, he's just another lame heavyweight. And for Brando, he looks good. Who should he fight next? Down to even fight Ryan Spann. I think that'd make a lot of sense, so do it. And, yeah, pretty basic, so good fight. Last good fight for a minute on this card. And, yeah, not much to say. This is what we want to see of a heavyweight fight. Keep doing your thing, Brando. Looks pretty fucking good. And then we get to one of the bad parts of the card, cause yeah, this is gonna be rough. Quick at least. As we head to our fourth of the night in the middleweight division, a fight that was not very good and kind of almost embarrassing to have to perform like this against who you were fighting. We had in our fourth fight of the night at middleweight, Montez Kondratavicic versus Antonio Trocoli. You went 3 rounds with Antonio Trocoli and you lost a round to him? What the fuck, dude? Yeah, Montez is terrible. I don't know what to really say there. He easily won the first 2 rounds, couldn't get the finish, and again, he lost a round to goddamn Antonio Trocoli. Yeah, pathetic. Truly a pathetic performance. I'm not even waste time talking about this, because This is pathetic. Cut Trockley already for Montes. This kid sucks. Sorry, Lithuania, but you have another shitty fighter to add with Stoliarenko and whoever else. This kid's horrendous, and if he fought anyone decent, he would lose pretty easily, and he will. Yeah, he sucks. Still, I'm happy he won because of my locks of the night, so that's 8-0 in 2026. But yeah, he's fucking terrible. I don't know what you lost a round and struggled against Antonio Trocoli and en route to a decision. Pathetic. Truly pathetic. Montes sucks. Cut Trocoli already. Nothing more to really say there. And yeah, and a garbage fight on top of that. Next. That should have been a goddamn Cage Warriors prelim. Come on now. Speaking of terrible prelims, the worst one on the card that we had on this day, or yesterday. I'm already getting a headache talking about this card again, god damn it. Another terrible fight, and a shocker, terrible heavyweight fight, who would have thunk? And we had in our 5th fight of the night, our top 2 worst fights of the card, and somehow not one. We have back at heavyweight a terrible fucking fight that was just kind of annoying to watch. As we had in our 5th fight of the night, Mario Pinto versus Felipe Franco. Definitely did not have my money on this being the worst prelim, but yeah, it definitely was. I don't joke when I say this. For 3 rounds, Mario Pinto fought like Mario Batista. He just held Felipe on the cage and won. And to be honest, I think there's a strong case to be made for Felipe winning round 1 and 3, but obviously that was never gonna happen. But I definitely think there's a case to be made for that. And but it didn't happen. And Pinto gets the win in a dog shit performance. Really disappointed with Pinto, and he should be ashamed of that performance. And yeah, good on Franco, man. I'll give him that. He performed better than expected. He looked pretty decent here. Again, could make a case for him getting the win. He'll beat a few. I like just thinking of a heavyweight off the top of my head. If he stays at heavyweight and he looks like this again, Franco would easily beat Louis Sutherland. So he looked better than expected here. Mario Pinto is fucking terrible, whichever one you want to go by. Mario Pinto did worse than Freddie Vidal. Let that one sink in. And yeah, I don't know what I can really add here. This was the 2nd worst fight of the card, which again, how it wasn't the worst says a lot about the worst. And yeah, I got nothing really good to say about this fight, and I got really nothing more to say about this fight because I don't even want to talk about it. So not all I'll say is Franco did better than expected. And again, I think case for him winning is not crazy. Pinto should be embarrassed after that performance. He looked fucking terrible. And yeah, what the fuck? I don't know what to really say there. Just pathetic. Truly a pathetic performance. And yeah, pretty basic. Not really much to say there. So not really much else to say there. Terrible fight, and Pinto should be embarrassed after that performance. And then one of my favorite, maybe my favorite fight on the card, just because I can say I told you so. I was right, y'all were wrong. Sometime I'm right, and when I'm right, I'm right. Oh man, and I love being right. As we had in our co-main event of the prelims, a fight that I got so right and I'm so happy about. Like, I just told y'all, man, you don't listen. I told y'all what would happen, and it did. And we have our pre-ring co-main event of the evening in the featherweight divisional fight that was not very good, but yeah, at least the right guy won. We had Nathaniel Wood versus Hussein Kieta. I fucking told y'all Kieta's not winning this fight. He's not that good. What happened? Nathaniel Wood wins, clearly. But it was a robbery. No, it was not. It was scored actually very generously. I had it 30-27, to be honest. The only round you could give to Kieta is round 2. If you want to give him that, fine. Outside of that, it was all Nathaniel Wood, and yes, the fight was terrible, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a bad fight. Nathaniel is Nathaniel. He's never the most exciting. Kieta is just, from what I see, he has one punch, and it's the right hand. Outside of that, he doesn't even try anything else. He has a pretty decent uppercut. I think he should have done more. And yeah, somehow this was a split, even though I think Wood easily won the first and the third. Second, the only debatable round. And yeah, Nathaniel gets the win. Big underdog. I told y'all. And yeah, another hyped up signing down the drain. Shocker. So what more can I really say there? Again, the fight was bad. I'm not gonna disagree with you there, but I told you. Sometimes when I'm right, and I'm fucking right. So the right guy won here, and what more can I say? So, what about the winner, Nathaniel Wood? Can this man get a fucking ranking already? For the love of everything holy. I truly don't know what else he has to do. I agree. He's fucking boring. Like, the one thing that this fight kinda showed the main problem with Nathaniel Wood. He's a bit fucking boring. Yeah, another decision when even for Nathaniel Wood standards, this fight was terrible. All of his other fights were better than this. Like, this was pretty fucking terrible. And, yeah, not a very lackluster fight. He clearly won, but it was lackluster at best. And, yeah, man, I skewer Evil AF for it. I'm not gonna hold back on Wood either. Dude, you gotta stop with the fucking decisions already. Like, I get you have 3 submissions in the UFC. Those happened in your first 3 UFC fights. So, like, the dude is really fucking talented. But Jesus Christ, man. You gotta be a bit more exciting. Like, the decision does not help. At least if you were exciting and be like, okay, this fight was terrible, so. But he did get the win. He is ungodly talented, and get him a top 15 shot already. Long overdue, and give him the shot. So if he should not even take a fight if they're not in the top 15 at this point. So it's getting silly now, and yeah, what more can I say? Long overdue that he gets a ranking next to his name. And then for the loser here, Kieta, to give an honest opinion of what I thought of him, how he looked here, as he's now 0-1 in the UFC. Yeah, he's nothing special. People said he's so fast. I didn't see it. He's so powerful. I didn't see that. I saw a guy who kind of just spams right hands. He really doesn't use his left hand too much. Even though again, he actually had a pretty nice uppercut. And he kind of was just lulled into a Nathaniel Wood fight here, and he lost. So I did not think much of Kieta at all. I thought he looked very, even for as lame as I thought he was, he kind of looked worse than I thought. And yeah, pretty terrible performance here, to be honest. See if he can bounce back. I told y'all, but he won 2 Octagon champion. Those don't matter. Those don't fucking matter, man. Ask Patchy and Massacre about how much their votes before the UFC mattered in the UFC. 0. So we'll see how Kata looks. I don't know why why does he not just fight at lightweight? He looks almost unhealthy at fucking featherweight, so he should probably fight at lightweight, because wasn't that where his other belt was lightweight? So yeah, I don't know why he doesn't fight at lightweight. That would seem like it'd be better for him, because again, he looked ungodly skinny here, but what do I know? So what I do know is he looked terrible, and back to the drawing board. I told y'all. And with that being said, only one thing left to ask, and that is, who should they fight next? For Nathaniel, no questions asked. He deserves a top 15 shot, and I think he should fight Josh Emmett. Would make the most sense, and would retire him. Makes sense. It's that or Onama, and I think Emmett makes more sense. So do it. Give Nathaniel the ranking, beating Emmett, and go from there. So, or you could have him beat up Onama. Either one, he's gonna win easy. So it's up to what the UFC thinks there. And yeah, I'll say Josh Emmett. It makes more sense, but yeah, see what the UFC does there. If I swear to God, if I see Nathaniel Wood fight news and he's fighting another unranked guy, Sean Woodson or some shit, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Give him a top 15 guy, and yeah, what more can I say there? So, pretty simple. Long overdue. And then for Kyoto, they'll have him fight someone much lower level to hopefully get him a win, I would imagine. And they'll try and build him up again. So, again, I don't know why he doesn't fight at lightweight. Beats me. And, yeah, not really too much else to say there. I told you. I fucking told y'all, man. People don't get how good Nathaniel Wood is. And how boring Nathaniel Wood is at the same time, so got to win. Give him a top 15 shot already, I say, against Josh Emmett. And yeah, not really much else to say there. Bad fight. Kata looked pretty bad. Nathaniel kinda continues to have one weakness, and that is excitement. And see what happens. Hopefully Nathaniel finally gets a top 15 shot. And not really much else to say there. See him beat up old man Emmett, retire old man Emmett, and go from there. So not really too much else to say there. Get in the ranking already. I told you so. And then we end the prelims with a banger. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but yeah, this is a really good fight. As we had in the featured prelim, the fight of the night, easily a very fun fight between two guys who are not very good, but they produced a very fun fight. As we had in our featured prelim in the lightweight division. No doubt fight of the night. No doubt these guys have no skill, but and gave us a fun little banger, as we had in our featured prelim. Then with a bang, Mason Jones versus Axel Sola. What a fight. This was very fun. Sola took round 1, dropping Mason and having a pretty good round alongside that. But then in round 2 and 3, Mason kind of just beat the shit out of him. He had a giant cut under his eye. a lot of blood, and yeah, I don't know what Axel Sola is made of, so dude's a tough motherfucker, and he took a beating here, so we're good on him. Too bad it was not enough to win him the fight, and Mason wins 29-28 pretty soundly, and just the win, so not much to really say there. Very fun fight too. Again, I think both these guys are pretty ass, but low fighters and produce a fun low level fight, so can't really say too much bad about it. And yeah, again, easy 5 tonight, never a debate. Little banger. Sweet. Not really much I can say there. Not gonna click on their profiles. I will say Mason is a fun, low-level fighter. I still don't, skill-wise, I still think he's fucking terrible, but he can be entertaining. And for Axel Sola, again, I don't know what this dude's fucking made out of. He is one tough son of a bitch. Surely he did not know that he's French, because he was not gonna quit. That man's a fighter, so good on him. Not a good fighter, but a fighter, and good on him, man. Great fight. What more can I say? So pretty basic there. And with that being said, only thing I've left to say, because it was a really good fight, it'd be nice, and I'll say, who should they fight next? To Mason Jones. I feel like I have it, but I'll take a quick look for it again. Yeah, obviously you're not gonna send Mason to a giant fight, but you give him someone who's decent. I think him and Rong Zhu would kind of be intriguing. Who else? Him and I wouldn't mind him and Alexander Hernandez, to be honest. I think that could be interesting as fuck. So I actually don't mind that fight. I feel like I had a third idea that I'm missing. No, I guess not. But yeah, I kind of like the Alexander Hernandez idea. Another guy I hate, but yeah, I don't hate that. I really don't hate that idea. And yeah, the Rong Zhu fight, I don't hate either, but I feel like it's a lot more unlikely. So I feel like they're gonna try and get Mason to a big fight. So yeah, why not have him fight Alexander Hernandez? So I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. I'm just not seeing many other great ideas. So like Nazareth, that wouldn't be terrible, but I don't see it. Yeah, let's have him fight Hernandez. Makes sense. I would easily pick Mason to win that fight, and yeah, fuck it, why not? And that'd be very intriguing. So if Hernandez is still in the UFC, and if he does get caught for that bullshit against MJ, or whatever that all was, then yeah, he's kind of cooked. But if not, let's see Hernandez and Mason Jones. So not really too much to say there. So yeah, no, I'll buy Mason. I still think he sucks, but good fight. I'll give you a fight idea. I'll be nice. So, and one that I think he wins easily. There you go. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. Very fun fight. Again, obviously the fight of the night. And yeah, what more can I say? Again, low level banger. What is that a bad thing? Not really. And yeah, fun fight. Axel Sola, Inhuman, Mason Jones, very entertaining. And who should they fight next? Or Mason? Let's see him fight Alexander Hernandez. Should be an easy win up the outside of the rankings. And for Sola, fuck knows when he's gonna fight again. Who knows if that cut's gonna heal and he can go again. And we'll see who he can try and bounce back against as well. So not really too much else to say there, and yeah, pretty basic. Basic things that I didn't add anything to the fight I didn't already know. It was a really good fight, and fun way to end the prelims. Fight of the night, one of the best fights of the year so far. Good job, boys. I don't think you're good, but you put on a great fight. And there you go. That was the prelims, which were not great, truly. First three fights were fine. Actually, they were better than they were bad. These three fights sucked, but the other four were good. So 4-3, that's still a higher record on the winning, on the good fight side, so that's good at least. And yeah, what can you really do? 4 good, 3 bad. Fine, nothing, something real terrible, but the good was good, and yeah, and ended on a high as well, which is always good. So that the main card take that high and run with it. Yes and no, at least at the beginning, yes. So let's talk about that. 6 more fights. Let's get into the main card. Beginning with some fraud checking to begin the main card. As we open the main card at featherweight for fight, I told y'all, don't overlook this guy. The guy's good. He could win this fight. Of course, I didn't pick him, but you know, I still said it. As we had in our main card opener of UFC London, and definitely the last thing the UFC wanted to happen. Well, you think they didn't give the winner here the performance bonus, which is still bullshit. We had to open the main card with some fraud checking between Danny Silva versus Curtis Campbell. We haven't had many so far this year, but we get another name to the list. Welcome to the Fraud Club, Curtis Campbell. Yeah, round 1, Campbell did okay. He took the round, but wasn't dominant. He didn't look too great. And then round 2 started, and Danny just went after him, clipped him, hurt him, dropped him 3 times. Campbell could never recover, and Danny got the finish beginning of round 2. Good work from Danny, man. Completely just running through Campbell, who even at the end of round 1 looked a bit gassed and not all there mentally. Clearly, both those things held true, as Danny just fucking stormed him and beat him. So, like I said, if Campbell ain't up to the hype, he is going to get beat here. He did. He really did. So, again, this is not what the UFC wanted at all, but it's what happened, and what can you really say? So, you put him in there for a legit opponent in the debut, like you should continue doing with these guys, and he clearly couldn't cut it. So, what more can you say? So, he took a risk, didn't work. Now we know now, instead of 2 years from now, after you've beaten 3 tomato cans, that Curtis Campbell is pretty ass. So I hope they do more debuts like this where they actually test the little motherfucker, but I have my doubts. So yeah, but yeah, great performance by Danny Silva. Don't know in what world he didn't deserve a bonus, and yeah, good shit. What more can I really say? So, not really too much else to say. Let's talk about Twitters. For the winner here, Danny Silva, moving to 3-1 now in the UFC. Again, to be the only man to ever survive, Kevin Vallejos has its perks, like being a very decent fighter, and he showed that here. He looked very good here, got the win, and he was decent. Again, I call him a watered down Jose Delgado. That's not an insult. Delgado's really good, and so is Danny Silva. Now 3-1 in the UFC. As expected, again, a guy who survived Vallejos is pretty decent. And, what can you say? He went out there, first time at the Apex enemy territory, sparked the kid, should've got a bonus. And, now we see where he goes from here. I'll usually give him a fight up the division. I have an idea or two in mind that would be a fight up, and yeah, so we see it. Dude's good, dude's pretty decent, and what more can you really say? So great showing, man, great showing by Silva. Should've got a bonus again, and again, the only man that ever survived Kevin Vallejos. Are we shocked that he's actually pretty decent? I'm not. So, good work by Danny. And then for the fraud loser, Campbell, 8-1 now, 0-1 in UFC. Well, I guess this is what happens when we don't get to see any of what you can do on Contender Series because you fought a complete tomato can. Yeah, Curtis Campbell's terrible. I saw some people say that during the week, and they were completely right. This guy is fucking horrendous. I don't know a nicer way to put it. This guy is, yeah, this guy sucks. His grappling is not amazing. His striking is really awkward. Yeah, he sucks. I don't know another way to put it. They hyped him up because he looks funny, and he couldn't live up to the hype, so fraud checked. Welcome to the club. And yeah, not really too much to say there. Only thing left to say outside of that is, who should I fight next? Fred Silva. I think I have one idea that's kind of decent, but of course there could be more, but just the one that I found. I'm kind of down to see him fight Joe Anderson Brito. I think that might be a decent fight, but, you know, there of course are other options, but I just don't really know other options really jumping out like an idea versus Brito, because you gotta give him a big fight up now, and so why not give him Brito, who's also coming off a win, been in the same area of the division for a long time, would be another good win for Danny. I want to see it, so I would pick Danny to win that fight, so let's do it. Danny Silva and Joe Anderson Brito. Book it. I think that'd be a pretty good Apex fight. Again, I'd pick Danny to win it, so book it. And I see no reason not to, so pretty basic, and book it. Something. And with that being said, not really too much else to be said here. Again, Danny Silva went in down enemy territory, knocked out their funny looking prospect, and did his thing, so good win for him. Good way to open the main card, and yeah, good for Danny, man. So I told you all this could happen, even though I didn't pick it, which always pisses me off. And yeah, what else can I say? Good one for Danny. Who should he fight next? Again, I like to see him against Joe Anderson Brito. I think it'd be a good fight and a good step up for Danny. For Curtis, again, welcome to the Fraud Club. You suck. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. So fraud checked. We always love to see it. And good one for Danny Silva to open the main card, and the crowd was dead silent. You know you did your job well if they are, and good W and good debut spoiler for Danny Silva. And then we lose all our momentum over the last two fights with our next fight of the main card. That was pretty fucking terrible. Not the worst of the card, but, you know, it was not very good either, as we had in our second fight of the main card for the number 11 ranking at middleweight, which neither deserve, but, you know, meh, what can you do, I guess. We had in our second fight of the main card at middleweight for number 11 in the division. We had in a very bad fight COD, Christian, Leroy Duncan, versus Roman Dolidze. Yeah, this fight was pretty bad, if you're any bit shocked by that. Round 1, Dolidze had a nice moment, hurt Duncan a bit on a kind of just winging a punch behind his back and connecting. Outside of that, Duncan took the round. Round 2, old COD. Round 3, Dolidze had a really good round there to get him down and keep him there. After 15 minutes, all 3 judges agree, like how I scored it as well. 29-28 for Duncan. That was that. Kind of like the Felipe Franco fight, I do kind of see a case to be made for 1-3 Dolidze, but again, that was never going to happen, and I'm more than okay that didn't happen, so there you go. And, yeah, one more, not really more I can add there. This fight sucked. COD did his thing, kind of just teed off on Dolidze at will when they were striking, when Dolidze was scared shitless of actually fighting him and just wanted to grapple. It didn't really end in much. For some reason, Dolidze tried to fight like Ryan Hall here and go for goddamn knee bars and shit. Of course it didn't work. And, yeah, not really a lot to say here. Bad fight. COD did fine. Dolidze looked pretty bad. Not really much more you can say there, so simple. To talk about the winner here, ranked in middleweight for still undeserved CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan, now 7-2 in the UFC, 4 in a row, and now number 11 ranked in the division. Yeah, I think he's gonna get destroyed by anyone decent that he fights in the top 15, but I have to wait and see. I will look at the top 15 in a minute to see who he could fight next. But yeah, I don't see him holding any bit of a chance against a lot of the decent guys in the division. But, you know, prove me wrong. Dolidze does not count as a decent guy in the division because he ain't a decent guy in the division. So we'll see how he does against the real decent guys in the division. And yeah, he did fine enough here. He was the better fighter, and now he's ranked. Undeserved as fuck, but more ranking 2026 is at this point. And then for the loser here, old man Dolidze falling to 9-5 in the UFC. They're not going to cut him. I doubt he'll even fall outside the top 15, but yeah, he's in kind of a bad spot now. 2 back-to-back L's, didn't look good in either, and he's going to need a win. He's going to be 38 years old the next time he fights, more than likely, and he's going to need a win. It's that simple, or he's going to get cut, so again, I doubt he's going to get cut right now, and I doubt he's even going to get taken out the top 15, but I definitely think his seat has got a lot warmer, and he's going to need a win next time out, so see if he can save the job, because god did he look terrible here. Maybe this is the worst he's ever looked with his weird ass Ryan Hall impersonation, and yeah, not really too much to say there. He looked fucking terrible. I want to see him versus JP Buys on the Ronda Chrono card. Book it. With that being said, the thing left to be said now is, who should they fight next? For CLD, now joining the top 15. Who could he fight? I think it's pretty obvious he's going to fight Jared Cannonier. I don't know who else he would fight, who's not booked. He already fought RoboCop, which is what they thought he was going to do to him, but failed. He's going to light heavy. I don't see that happening, or any of this, so yeah, Cannonier makes the most sense. I fight, to be honest, because he's still really good, and yeah, I could completely see that as an Apex main event in like August or some shit, so yeah, do it. Cannoneer and COD. Makes complete sense, so do it. Again, I could completely see that being a goddamn August fight night or some shit, so there you go. And I would pick Cannoneer to win that fight, but we'll see if he has anything left in the tank. Dolidze did not, and that's why I lost here. And yeah, again, pretty bad fight, and there's not really much more to say. So again, for Dolidze, he's going to be fighting outside the top 15, even though I don't think he's going to be unranked. He'll be fighting outside of it, and yeah, we'll see if he can stick around and get a much-needed win next time out. So not really much else to say there. Not a great fight. COD did what he had to do to win, and it was what it was. And yeah, not really much to say there. Fine win for COD. So he does in top 15. He should fight Jared Cannonier. Makes the most sense. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. So pretty basic. Not much else to say. And fuck Roman Dolidze. I felt it's always good to say that, ain't it? Shitty fight. Next. And from a shitty fight to something I don't even know if you can call it a fight, because I think to be a fight you actually have to fight back and like have any threat, but this is one of the funniest and one-sided fights I've ever seen. And again, calling it a fight is very much pushing it. As we had in our third fight of the main card at light heavyweight, the quickest fight of the night, and I would say maybe the most one-sided fight of 2026, and that's going to be a hard trophy to take. We have Iwo Boronevsky versus Austin Lane. Yeah, I'll give Austin Lane all the respect for making light heavyweight. No idea how he did it, but he did. And as predicted, it didn't help him at all, and he got sparked out in 28 seconds. Iwo landed 2 punches, dropped him, and put him out. And yeah, that might be the most flawless victory of 2026 so far. And again, I think that's going to be a hard trophy to take from Iwo. So yeah, good shit. What more can you really say there? Nothing more of it. Let's talk about the fighters. I mean, that's the fight. Simple. For Iwo, dude looks good. 2-0 now in UFC, 8-0 overall. Dude has some good power. He has some grappling as well. Just doesn't use it. Dude looks like a legit prospect. Like, obviously this fight really did nothing for him outside of getting him some bonus money and a cool trip to London, but outside of that, like, really nothing to say about this fight for him. Because he didn't take any damage, can turn around and fight one out. Pretty basic. Flawless victory. And I'm telling you to click on Austin Lane here. Fucking cut him. Simple. Next. go rematch Greg Hardy in whatever bingo hole he's in now. And yeah, pretty simple. My only thing to say is who should they fight next, and maybe his next fight will actually be a real fight. For Iwo, I'm gonna see him fight Julius Walker. I think that'd make a lot of sense. Walker, obviously coming off a loss, but would be a step up from Lane and even Aslan to an extent. So yeah, do it. Be Iwo and Walker, get Iwo another easy win, and then you can really start putting him in there with a bit better competition. And well, actually no, you gotta have him fight Ion Cutelaba. My bad, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, you gotta do Iwo versus Ion. Like, there was not even a debate about it. So yeah, but never mind. I completely forgot about Ion after last week. Yeah, you gotta do that. Iwo and Cutelaba. Iwo versus Ion. You gotta do it. And, yeah, never mind, I was wrong. I forgot about that completely, so yeah, book that. Simple. And yeah, not very much else to say here. This fight went exactly as I think anyone predicted. And, yeah, simple. Again, even calling this a fight is pretty funny, so there you go. That being said, who should they fight next? You gotta have Ebo fight Eon. It's not even a debate. You had them fight Ebo, now he has to fight Eon. I want to see it, book it, and yeah, cut Austin Lane maybe. I wish, thank God, I hope Felipe Wins pulls out. Please give us Austin Lane versus Francis Ngannou, or Greg Hardy versus Francis Ngannou. Either one would be hilarious, but yeah, I guess no one looks at. Actually, Netflix and Lane versus Hardy too. Book it. They would too. Yeah, bye Lane. How shit is Robellis to Spain? Jesus Christ. So, not very much else to say there. Calling this a fight is kind of funny because it wasn't. And, yeah, flawless victory. Fatality. Now it's the EWO versus Eon for the memes. And then, now we get into the meat and potatoes of the card, and we get to the most hated part of the card. I'm not even gonna click on it, because calling this a fight is silly. This wasn't even a fight. This is one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. Our featured bout of the main card, MVP and Patterson. To keep it short and sweet, for 15 minutes, MVP just stood in the middle of the cage. Patterson ran away around the cage, and in the end, MVP won a clear, in my opinion, 29-28. It doesn't really matter in the end, and, yeah, not good. It's both guys lose here, really. Sam loses all his hype of his winning streak. MVP is in even hotter water of the UFC than he was already. Yeah, not terrible fight. Worst fight of the year so far, unless I'm forgetting something. Yeah, worst fight of the year. And this wasn't a boring MVP fight. I thought his other fights were good, not this one. And, yeah, he really did not help his case with the UFC, so. Terrible fight. Or again, high chance for the worst fight of the year. And, yeah. 2 British fighters got booed out the goddamn building. That's fucking hilarious, so. We'll see if we even see MVP again after that. I have my doubts. And, yeah, that was terrible. I don't know another way to put it. Then we had the co-main event of the evening. Maybe UFC was smart to put this as the co-main in hindsight. As we had in the co-main event of the evening in the featherweight division, a fun prospect battle that was a very fun fight. And yeah, I'll take my L here, but and you know, I was not wrong with what I said, but I was wrong with my pick. As we had in our co-main event of the evening in the featherweight division, a fun prospect battle between Luke Riley versus Michael Aswell Jr. Yeah, Aswell did not win, but you know, I did say he was either going to win this fight or he was going to look very damn good trying. You know, the latter happened. He looked pretty decent. Truly, he looked pretty decent. And, he took round 1 in my opinion. Round 2 and 3, no, not even debatable. All 3 judges scored at 30-27, which is bullshit, but it mattered. And, yeah, Riley got to win. Again, I'll take my L here, but I still think Aswell did pretty decent. He just didn't have it after round 1. And, God, both of these guys can take a goddamn punch. Riley has a giant head, so that helps. Aswell just eats punches. Fun fight. Yeah, I'll take the L, but I don't think it's as bad of a pick as people thought it was gonna be. And, is what it is, so not really too much else to say there. Fun fight. Again, as round 1, Aswell did good in my opinion, took it. Round 2 and 3, all Riley, but Aswell was still there, never going down. and it was fun. So not really too much else to say there. To talk about the winner here, Luke Riley. I don't think he's bad, but I still stand by the idea I don't see some top tier prospect. I see a dude who's decent, good striking, grappling, still kind of up in the air, cardio's fine, he's good, but I don't see a top guy. I see a guy who is top at peak in division, will be like top 25. Like, I just don't see him being a top ranked contender. There's definitely some guys I would pick to beat him right now. Jose Delgado, maybe even Andre Fili, to be honest. Like, there's just some guys who I would definitely lean towards beating him. Melky Zayo, Nathaniel Wood. So, he's not bad. Again, I'm not saying he's bad, but I guess I'm not seeing some top prospect or whatever from him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will be. But I just see a guy who's decent, but I just think his ceiling's like a top 25 guy, which is a pretty fucking good ceiling. But if the UFC thinks they got the next great Brit on their hands, I don't see it. I see a guy who is skilled, clearly, but I just don't think I've just not seen that future star, future top guy. I've seen a guy who's skilled, decent, but I think we're really pushing it, calling him, talking about him like he was Kevin Vallejo's or some shit, so what else can you really say? And for the loser here, Michael Aswell, again, I think he did good. Did take the L here, but he did decent, made a good account of himself, and he took a round, did decent, did better than people probably thought. So now 1-2 in the UFC, needs to bounce back in his next fight. He's definitely gonna be a guy who beats he beats most of the shittier fighters in the division. I think he even could surprise a few decent fighters. But yeah, I think Aswell has a ceiling as well. He's decent, he's a good striker, he has a good chin, durable as fuck. But yeah, he just didn't really have it here, so I think he'll bounce back, and I still think he's decent, but yeah, maybe I was a little too high on him, but again, he didn't do too bad, so it is what it is, and what can you really do there? That being said, the only thing left to be said is, who should they fight next? For Luke Riley, I don't know. I have an idea, but I don't know if they're gonna do the idea. Like, do you feed him another kind of layup-ish guy? Do you send him into a big fight? I'm not sure. We're gonna get... I don't know. I'm trying to think. My idea is, where is he? I kind of want to see him fight Christian Rodriguez. Because Rodriguez is the prospect killer. So if Riley could run through him like he would, that, I guess you want to call it impressive. So I guess that'd be a logical step up, right? So I'll tell you that, I just don't know what they would do. I don't see him pushing him into a... Are you going to push him into a fight with Jamal Embers? He'd win, but it'd be interesting. Are you going to push him into a fight with Giga or Dan Ige? I doubt it. I don't think you need to either. The kid is still young, so you really don't need to shove him into fights he's really not meant to be in yet. Like, if you give him C-Rod, he wins, then you can start talking about maybe a big jump to Giga or Ige or even whatever. So, I don't know, I just kind of like the idea. Maybe Calvin Cater, if he's still fighting, that'd be a name on the record, but I think that'd almost be a fight backwards. So, I like the C-Rod idea, because I think that'd be a veteran now, because Riley has beat a Can, and a guy who's not super experienced to fight a veteran. Again, the prospect killer, people would hype that up all week, so I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see Riley and C-Rod. Riley should wipe the floor of him pretty easily, and then that can lead into them fighting a higher echelon guy. Look at, I don't know, I kind of want to see that, so I think Riley might be, I don't think Vallejos is a prospect anymore. He's proven to be really good. Riley's probably the most hyped up prospect at the moment, unless I'm blatantly forgetting someone, which I don't think I am. I guess Myron, but I think Riley's way better. I don't think anyone hyping on Myron anymore. So let's do it. Riley and C-Rod. Book it. I don't know what else to say. So there you go. Yeah, it'd be a good fight, and just like this one, very good fight. Not really much else to say there. Again, for Aswell, I think he'll bounce back, fight a lower level guy. I could see him fighting like Roberto Romero or one of those lower level fucking guys in the division. Yeza or some bullshit, Konoffley, whatever, and getting a win there, and then we'll go from there with him. But yeah, he did good here, but was not enough, and Riley keeps his O and takes the W. So again, if you want to call it a terrible pick by me, fine. Again, Aswell did not do too bad, so 30-27 is bullshit. Should have been 29-28. And yeah, not really much else to say there. Good win for Riley. Kid looks decent, but I still think he has a ceiling that's not as high as most people think. And yeah, who should he fight next? I want to see him fight C-Rod. I want to see him fight the prospect killer. And yeah, why not? So I'll give him another kind of easy fight. Actually, an easier fight than this one. And then you can give him a bigger fight, so book it. I won't be shocked by this time next year if Riley racks up 2 more wins if he's like fucking main eventing an Apex card versus veteran hero or some shit. So the UFC is high on this guy, and see if he can live up to the hype they're gonna give him and continue to push him as. So I don't think it's bad, but I think at a level. And crazy thing, he was booked against Kevin Vallejos on a Contender Series, so his hype would be going right now, just like his O would be. But you know, what can you do? And yeah, not really too much else to say there. Good one for Riley. Aswell will bounce back. I'll take the L pick wise, but I don't think it was that bad. And yeah, I guess in hindsight, the UFC did the right thing making us the co. I guess we were wrong the whole time. They were right, so I'll give you that, UFC. You win this one. We're still wrong most of the time, and yeah, not really much else to say there. Good one for Riley. Let's see him fight the prospect killer. Ooh. I would love to see him wipe the floor of C-Rod. And then I'm not even gonna waste much time here. I already made it short on this, and I don't even feel like getting the headache of talking about this anymore. The main event of the evening. Once again, go watch the short I made about this fight. I'll keep it short and sweet. The main event of the evening: Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. This is, not in my opinion, this is the worst robbery in MMA history. It's not even, again, it's your bias. No, I'm not a fight fan, and what I saw was Lerone Murphy win this fight, or it was a draw. There's no way Evloev won this fight. It was complete bullshit. These are the worst scorecards I've ever fucking seen in this sport, and it's bullshit, so I don't know what else you want me to say. I'm gonna be honest, not fucking lie to you. I don't care about either guy. I'm literally saying, as an MMA fan, this was bullshit. The worst robbery I've ever seen, and I don't know what else I can say. So simple. Lerone, this should have either been 48-46 Lerone, or a draw, and I would have been fine with the draw. You know, I don't agree with it. Would have been fine, but you know, I don't even know what to say. So I'm gonna talk about the fight was pretty whatever. That on the worst robbery in the sport's history is even worse. And yeah, I think this confirms Gene Silva versus Alexander Volkanovski, so hopefully they book that ASAP. Fuck Evoyev. And yeah, the worst robbery I have ever seen. And with that being said, boom, that was the card to go. That was the recap. Go over how I did on picks. I went 9 of 13, 6 perfect, 650. Really, I went 10 of 13, 7 perfect, because I got this right. I did take an L here. Again, I don't think it's that bad. I fell for the hype, and I guess this was biased, but whatever. I'll take 10 W's here. I'm not too upset about that. I'm just really happy about this one, and even this one to an extent, so I'll take it. The bonuses for the card went to Ewo and Dyer. Performance bonus, 5 of the night to Mason and Sola. There's no way Dyer deserved a bonus more than Danny Silva. That's completely fucking bullshit, but UFC is goddamn stupid. Back-to-back weeks now, BMSQ and Danny Silva get robbed of a bonus when they clearly deserved it. Fucking stupid, but whatever. If you missed the card, what should you go back and rewatch? I'd say the first 3 fights, if you want. They were pretty decent. Obviously the Nathan Jones fight for sure. Danny Silva for sure. You will if you want. If you got it might you might I don't know if you're gonna have enough time to watch this, but if you do watch it and watch the Riley fight, it was decent. Skip all of this, 'cause it sucked. Skip this. No. Skip. Definitely skip this and skip this. So yeah, about half the card watch, half the card skip. Not a bad 50-50. And then that leads us to the best segment of all, the chopping block. My favorite, your favorite, and everyone's favorite unless you're on it. Who's getting chopped this week? I say for sure Ravena Oliveira, Antonio Trocoli, and Austin Lane. Get the fuck out of here. And I'm even gonna throw in a fourth, Luana Carolina. Get your bitch ass out of here, Tubby. Outside of that, Shamrock, I doubt it, even though I would not be upset about it. Sutherland, no. Felipe, no. I would be shocked if they cut the Woodsy. And then, MVP might be on the block as well. No one knows. So I say Ravenna, Trocoli, Lane, and I'm even saying Luana Carolina as well. So bye. And Shamrock is definitely close to being on the list though, but I don't think it'll get cut. So there you go. And finally, what would I rate this card? I have no fucking idea. I'm trying to think about the answer to that, and I still really don't know. Obviously it was not as good as Mexico or the Vallejos card, but it was much better than 326. The real debate, is it better than a Strickland fluffy card? I would say yes. I feel like that card, I think this card is a bit better than that when I gave that a 5.4. So I'm gonna give this card a 5.6. Trust me, I could go much lower for some of the bullshit on this card, but it had its good moments. It definitely had some good moments, but the bad, especially at the end, I'll just be honest, if they didn't rob Lerone, if it was a draw or the right score, this probably would have been like a 5.7, 5.8, but that mixed with the MVP fight, some other bad fight, the Pinto fight, it definitely dropped its rating. It could have easily been a 6 if the MVP fight was better and they didn't rob the main event. It easily could have been a 6, but I'm thinking a 5.6 out of 10. I think that's still one of the higher cards of the year. But, weird card. Good, bad, and the ugly all over it. And, yeah, I'm definitely tired of talking about it, so, yeah, and let's get away from it already if we may. So, let's get the fuck out of London, and now we head to Seattle next week for a card that's actually pretty good if it was ordered better and not ordered blindfolded. Izzy and Pfeiffer, obviously, no idea my pick for that fight. But, you know, some good fights on there. Grasso Barber, Casey O'Neill, Nick Chiasa's retirement, etc., etc. So, should be intriguing. Again, that card's actually pretty decent if the order wasn't fucking putrid. And, let's see what happens, man. So, breakdown recap for that, same time as always. And, yeah. So, we'll look at that card and talk more about this one tonight on stream for the Hangover. And, yeah, not really too much else to say there. So, I'm definitely tired. This card has given me a headache pretty much all day. And I'm very okay with putting it in the past already, because, yeah, it's my first early card of the year, and gave me a day-long headache. Thanks. Let's end this by saying, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 go by the end of 2026. As always, unless I'm going to say something, I believe I am. London fight nights have not been great lately. 2 years in a row. Would not been great. Still better than a Brady Leon card, but yeah, we need to can next trip be better? Fuck this card, especially the ending of it, and yeah, let's head to Seattle as quickly as possible. So, by saying, as always, RX out. Good vibes only.